This is an introduction video for CSI Detail. CSI Detail is a detailing software which works with concrete and steel buildings with the same ease. CSI Detail takes the design output directly from the ETABS model by opening and reading the required design information from the ETABS models and doesn't require other third-party software to read database files from the ETABS models. The building objects designed in ETABS are detailed in CSI Detail for creating drawings and bill of quantities very quickly. SI as well as imperial units are supported. The very first step is to open your model in ETABS and run the analysis. Once the analysis is done, we have to make sure that we have all the design results available with us. The next step is go to design, concrete frame design and start design check. Since we also have a small shear wall in our model, we'll go to design again. We'll go to shear wall design and start design check. Once we have the design results available with us, we'll save the model and we'll close the ETABS. The next step is open CSI Detail version 18, go to Options, ETABS Settings. In this setting, you'll go to Browse and specify the path where your ETABS is installed. For us, it's this PC, local disk, program files, computers and structures, ETABS20, and you'll scroll down to the .exe file and select. Once you have specified the path, the next step is go to File, New Detailing, and you'll select the model which you just saved. You can see that CSI Detail has read all the design and analysis results available from the ETABS and given us 5 warnings. These warnings include that the shear stress due to shear force or torsion together exceeds maximum allowed for beam 71, which means that the beam 71 in our model is failing due to shear. The CSI Detail will issue any of the warnings if any of the frame is not passing in your model or if any of the design results are not available with CSI Detail. You'll press OK to continue and you'll see a big menu appearing in front of you. In this menu under the preferences, you can go under concrete detailing preferences to change the preferences for slabs, beams, columns or walls. If you'll go under concrete display preferences, you can see that you can change the display preferences for slabs, beams, columns or walls as per your own convenience. The next is the rebar rules. Under the rebar rules, you can specify the rebar rules for slabs, for beams, for columns, for piers, and for spandrels if any. Under the columns and beams, you will notice that you have an option to change the rebar selection rules for both seismic and non-seismic. Under the beams, you can also change the curtailment rules as per your own convenience. You can see the labels A, B, C, D, G, and F for that. And if you see below that, you can see a typical beam elevation where you can cross-check the labels and you can specify the length as per your own convenience according to the clear span or center to center span. Once you're done with the curtailment rules, you can change the bar sizes, you can change the smallest bar, you can change the largest bar or the preferred bar. You can see that there are labels A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Zone A, Zone B and Zone C. In order to get to know better what does this mean, you'll click to see typical beam elevation and you can see the labels on your screen. You can see the labels for a single span, you can see the label for a double span and you can see a label for the multi-span. Once you're done with the rules, you'll press OK. The next is the rebar sizes. The user can customize the rebar sizes as per its own convenience. You can add or remove any of the specific bar if you want in your project. Now, if we'll go to the right, you can see that you can select or deselect any of the components that you want to design or may not want to design. Again, on the right, you'll see that you can select or deselect any of the floors if you want to design as per your own convenience. Once you're done with all the preferences, just click on OK, and you can see that the CSI Detail is generating all the designs and sheets. Once the CSI has generated all the sheets, for example, if we want to see the detailing for a beam, we'll go under beam details, concrete beams, elevation and sections, and if you want to check for second floor for beam 4CB3, we'll go to 4CB3 elevation, and you can see that the CSI Detail has generated a sheet with the detailing and used the bars as per the user's preferences. Now, if you scroll down, you can see that you can also check the bill of materials, you can check the rebar quantities, and you can even check the rebar gauge of that beam. Now, if you scroll down a little bit more, you can see that the column details are also available with us. Under the column, go to concrete column, go to schedules and tables, and you can see a concrete column schedule. You can even check the bill of materials for columns and rebar quantities. If you want to check the elevation of the column, you can go to elevation and section. For example, if you want to check the elevation and section for CC1, we'll go to CC1, and under CC1, we'll click on elevation 1, and you can see that the CSI Detail has generated an elevation with the detailing of that specific column. Under the CC1, you can also see that you can check the bill of materials, similarly rebar quantities and the rebar gauge for that specific column. Once you're done with the columns, you can see that you can also check the wall details. Under the wall, go to walls. You'll go to schedules and tables to check the tables. You'll go to elevation and sections to check the elevation of that wall. CSI Details offer another good feature for the user. If you scroll up to the Show in CSI Detail viewer and click on that, you can see that the CSI Detail is generating a 3D view for your model. You can see as of now, only concrete surfaces are selected. If you select column rebars, beam rebars, and wall rebars, and you can see that the CSI Detail viewer is generating a view for the user. Once the view has been generated, the user can scroll through the view to get a better idea of the gauges of the beams, columns, or walls. The CSI Detail is a completely user customizable software. You can see that your model is locked as of now. If you want to make any changes to your preferences, the first step is to unlock the model, then go on the detailing, and you can see a menu. Under the menu, you can change the concrete detailing preferences, steel detailing preferences, you can edit the design reinforcement, you can select the rebar selection rules, you can define a typical rebar set for beams, you can even assign a typical rebar set for the beams, and you can add a modify section. Once you're done specifying your preferences, you'll go to detailing and you'll click on start detailing. You can see that the CSI Detail has generated another set of sheets and drawings as per the new preferences set by the user. Thank you.